You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. And now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. Oh, going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. Oh. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
Is it so hard to let you go? You
Hello everyone and welcome to the third round of the Race Spec F1 Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 1 League. Here we are for the third round of the series or the season. We are at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. This is the first round or the first race that Zandvoort has held in 35 years. The last Grand Prix held at Zandvoort here in the Netherlands was in 1985. So great to have this track back. It is a really, really cool track. Not too sure how it's going to go though when it comes to the overtaking side of things in the F1 game, but let's see how it goes. Let's see what the best drivers here in the Pacific region can do. Let's have a quick look at your championship standings at the moment. As you can see, GeForce Ford leads away at the moment as he heads into the third round of the championship. He's currently on 37 points, 2 points ahead of GeForce Giannis in that Ferrari. Then it is Crichton in position 3 for Mercedes, ahead of the Red Bull of Aaron Crossi and Toddy for Racing Point in position 5 and 6 on 16 and 12 points. Then it's XX Wogboy for Alfa Romeo in position 7. Swaggy, the Williams of Spilly, GeForce TP and Haas. And then rounding out top 11 is Gaming Burger 36. And then it is Plebs in position 12. Soto JBP 13. CP on back his shoe, in position 14, the lead AlphaTauri driver. Right behind him, Isaac Kush, who currently does not have any points, and it's Curving, Texas, James H, Eternal Schnoz, Pure God, and AU Wingman rounds out your top 20. Let's head over now. Well, let's actually have a quick look at your track preview here. This is of the Zandvoort circuit. Obviously, a 4.259 kilometer circuit, 14 turns around this racetrack. 2 DRS zones, one on the main start, finish straight, and the one on the run into turn 11 from turn 10. Main overtaking opportunity here at this track definitely has to be... Sorry, I had Crofty talking there. I apologize. Hopefully that doesn't get me copyrighted. Main overtaking opportunities is the runs heading into turn 1 probably, especially getting a good run off that final corner of... the banked corner. Obviously, that's a massive change that Zandvoort has done, especially for the Grand Prix. So we'll be able to get a little idea to how good that's actually going to help Formula 1 overtaking, but we'll see. It's been a major update that Zandvoort management has done to their track. Obviously, now, as you can see, CPL Magistry running through that final bank corner, massively banked. It's, I believe, steeper than Indianapolis, so that is mega angle there through that final corner. But Wogboy currently sits on provisional pole. He just went pole, a 1 minute 8.643. Just behind him is GeForce Giannis on a 1 minute 8.828, who's coming into the pit lane now to put on a new set of tyres. Then it's GeForce TP in position 3 for Haas, leading Isaac Kush, James H, 1999 and P5 on a 9.2. At the moment, then it's CPL Makashu down in position 6 for the AlphaTauri team, behind his teammate at the moment. GeForce Crossi in P7, AU Wingman P8, Eternal Schnoz, and Spilly rounds out your top 10. Searle JB in position 11, P12, Curving Texas, GeForce Aaron Plebs, Swaggy, Ford, Gaming Burger, Crichton, and Pure Gold have all not set a lap as of yet, so hopefully they will come out. I believe it is a soft to medium strategy. What's the setup the GeForce is using? I can't tell you that, Strauss, unfortunately. I couldn't tell you that. I don't actually know, so... So I believe it is a soft hard strategy here this afternoon as well. So we'll see how that goes. We'll have to see what all the drivers opt up to do to when they come into the pits. Unfortunately, I'm not too aware on what it is. I just know it's a soft hard. Hopefully some more drivers come to set a lap time, try and find some people. So Aaron's coming out of the pits now for his first time run. Plev's still in the pits, and Swaggy has actually got a purple second sector rather. So let's keep on board with the McLaren driver as he heads through the second sector now, down the second DRS straight, available at Zandvoort. Another purple DRS sector. I've been told that it's actually the controller's looking very powerful at the moment around this circuit. So let's see what Swaggy can do. Didn't seem to get that corner quite right, the one previous. And through the penultimate corner, a little bit of oversteer there. Not too sure if that was lag, but he now comes up to the final corner, opens DRS nice and wide up to the line. What can Swaggy do? He goes to pole on a 1 minute 8.572, less than a tenth separating Wogboy and Swaggy at the moment. But a lot of drivers will be on their outlap, like Gaming Burger, who's unfortunately spun around on his outlap. So whereabouts is this on the circuit? This is heading through the middle sector. So pushing a little bit too hard was Gaming Burger for the tyre temperature that he had, but let's try and find someone. Sorry, I'm not feeling the best right now, so hopefully I can put up with it. But GeForce Aaron starting up. Let's run aboard with the Red Bull driver as he heads up into turn 1, breaking around the 75 meter mark, heading into the turn. Nice late apex there for Aaron. Gets on the gas nice and early, uses all the curb on entry, runs a little bit wide through turn 3 though, so that could hurt him. Actually, I think that's counted as turn 2. That's turn 3 now, heading through turn 4. And flick it back left, turn 5. And now through turn 6 when you use that curb on the inside there. And now through turn 7. One of the trickiest corners, I reckon, on the calendar. It's very hard to get right. There's millimeters in it to get a perfect run. And unfortunately, Aaron has invalidated on his lap. So that's not an ideal start to the Red Bull driver. So he had a pretty good first sector, but unfortunately his second sector just wasn't the best for the Red Bull, but let's keep on board with him. He will most likely pit at the end of this lap, using all the curb there on that apex. Running out, not onto the exit curb, braking just after the 50 meter board, late apex to get on the gas as soon as possible, running out nice and wide, keep it tight here so you can maximise your track distance. Coming up to the line now, what does Aaron end up setting? He sets a 9.0, so that would have put him in position. It was a 9.072, I believe, so that would have put him in position 7, just in front of Isaac Cushion behind Pure Gold. So let's try and find someone else. I believe Plevs may have started. No, he's on an outlap, never mind. Gaming Burger's on a lap. Let's ride aboard with him. He's actually not using ERS, I'm not too sure, but Kirby Texas has invalidated his lap time. Oh, massive tank slapper there for Sir LJB. That's not ideal, but let's try and find someone that is on a lap. Wogboy is. He's coming through the middle sector. Let's try to board the Alpha driver. Nice apex there. Very early on the gas. Ran a little bit wide though, and here, so it's going to cost him a little bit of time. Obviously, we know how close the times can be in Pacific Series, and he's hit that entry curve, so that apex curve there is Wogboy. We're getting that's not the first time we're going to see that here this afternoon. You cannot touch those curbs. You can not touch many curbs actually around the Zandvoort circuit in this game. Otherwise, you just spin. It's pretty much a auto spin curb. Well, that is what they're called. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Giannis is coming into the pit lane. GeForce TP, I believe, is backed out of his lap. Crichton coming out of the pits now. Isaac Cush looks like he's starting a lap now. Let's try to board with the Alpha Tower driver as he heads through the final corner. Or is he coming into the pit lane? He is coming into the pit lane. That's a bit unfortunate. Total Stars just finished a lap. He's now up into position 8 on a 9.137. Let's go find Plevs because he was on a lap. Oh, that's not an ideal spot for Plevs. He's facing the wrong way at the moment, heading through the first sector. So not ideal for the Mercedes driver. Need to make sure he stays out of the way of McLaren and that Williams car. I believe that was Swaggy, who is on an outlap at the moment. So not looking too good at the moment for Plevs. One side of the garage is door to right in position 5. GeForce Crichton, but unfortunately the other one just can't put a lap together currently at this stage. So we're going to keep on board with GeForce Swaggy. He's about to start his lap. trying to get a gap here, as you can see. Doesn't want to catch up to that Williams in front of him. Not too sure who it is, though. Through the penultimate corner goes Swaggy. I think you'll see him run it wide here so he can get the maximum straight line speed. Yes, he does. Heading into turn 1 now. DRS nice and open, wide open. Braking around the 80-meter board, 75-meter mark. Runs a little bit wide there. Unfortunately, locked the inside front tyre, which is going to cost him a slight amount of time. Through turn 2, now up to turn 3. There's a couple of different lines you can take through turn 3. It's all down to preference, to be honest. I don't personally think that one's faster than the other, but it's all down to how, well, there will be one that's faster, obviously, but there's not a massive advantage by running different lines. He didn't really get that second sector, so that first, the end of the first sector correct there, did Swaggy, but that definitely could have been lag, as we've just seen him pretty much setting it into the wall and jump back onto the racetrack. So let's see what Swaggy can do here. There's 6 minutes and 27 seconds remaining. I'm going to go to TV cam so it's not making that noise for us, as he now heads into the final sector. He's 3/100ths up on his time at the moment, so what can Swaggy do? Can he keep that momentum up and try and find a little bit more time heading through this final section of corners? Let me know some predictions in the live chat as well. Try and read them out on stream. But up to the final corner now goes Swaggy. What time can he do? He's going to set a 1 minute 8.436 for the McLaren driver, and his teammates actually jumped up into P2, so it's currently a McLaren 1-2. His teammate 40, and now Zach Crichton spoilt the party. Into position 2 goes the Mercedes driver, 4.83, just off Swaggy's time. He's only going to find about 5/100ths of a second to get onto pole in his push here, though, to try and get back around to set another lap time if he has another set of tyres available to him. He's also going to be mindful of traffic around him as well. G-Force Aaron still not set a lap, so he's heading to the first sector now. Let's keep on board with the Red Bull driver. Still has not set a lap time, nor is his teammate Gaming Burger, so G-Force Crichton pulls off to the right there. Misses that apex a little bit, does Aaron, but he just keeps it on track. Sorry about that. Heading through turn 10 now goes Aaron. Misses the apex a little bit. As I said before, there are a few different lines you can take through a few different corners here, so it's all down to preference and what you think is fastest. Runs wide there, though. Doesn't use any of the curve and stuffs up that whole sector, but I think Aaron kind of needs to get a lap in here. He just needs to kind of finish it, to be honest. Oh, he's validated. Aaron's not going to be happy whatsoever, but he's going to come into the pit lane now, most likely. No, he's going to continue on, so he's going to set a 1 minute 8.840, so that would have chucked him, actually. 840, sorry, I'm confused. That would have set him in position 9 around Isaac Cush again, but he needs to get back around and put on a new set of tyres, does Aaron. Swaggy in the pit lane there, as you can see. So is Crichton. He's getting held up by his teammate at the moment. So the Pleb's getting in the way of his teammate. Giannis in position 3 at the moment. It's coming to the dying stages now of the qualifying session. Not sure if Pure Gold's on a lap here. Maybe starting a lap, or he might actually, I think he might be returning, because he's actually just jumped up into position 5 now as a Renault driver, an 8.618. He's just jumped ahead of XX Wogboy in position 6, has the Renault driver. So as you saw there, that's a Renault coming out of the pits. I believe that will be Eternal Schnoz down in position 12. CPL Macastrew is on a very, very slow inlet. This could be costly for him. He needs to get back around. Isaac Cush coming into the pit lane now. Just misses his point, but the game does not penalise you. Let's keep on board with Spilly here as he's about to start his final flying lap of the session. Heading up to turn 1 now. Locks the inside brake. Pushes him wide. So that's going to cost him a slight bit of time. Using all the exit road there available to him. Through turn 2 now. Up to turn 3. Very easy to lock the inside front, as I think every driver does every single lap, to be honest. Through the twisty section of the circuit now. He does have a car in front of him of a Red Bull, so hopefully he gets out of the way. Runs a bit wide there to Spilly. Looks like it's Gaming Burger, so he runs wide again there to Spilly. Getting distracted by Gaming Burger. He really didn't, I could say, did kind of get in the way there of Spilly. Would have been very distracting. He did sit in front of him for quite some time, so I don't think Spilly will be too happy with that. Unless Gaming Burger was on a lap. No, he's on an out lap. So, yeah, I don't think Spilly will be too happy at the moment. And look at that, both Ferraris towing each other. Of Curving Texas and Giannis. Actually, no, Curving Texas just right behind Giannis. They're both about to start a lap, but I think Curving's going to try and sit right behind Giannis because I guess you could arguably say Giannis is a little bit quicker than Curving, so he'll try and get a nice little slipstream here, but he doesn't want to be too close to his teammate because he will get a fair bit of dirty air if he does sit too close to his teammate. They both don't really get turn 1 quite as I think they would have liked to. Heading through turn 2 now. Up to turn 3, oversteer for both of them. That didn't work for Curving especially. Not too sure about Giannis. That could just potentially be his line. Just fast right-hander now into this little left kink. And then straight back to a double right-hander. Braking and turning for a lot of these corners here. Into turn 10. Braking just after the 50-meter board. I believe these two are going to be the first drivers to complete the qualifying session. So let's keep on board with them. Let's see what Giannis and Curving can do. Curving through the penultimate corner and his teammate through the final, and he now follows up to the line. What can the two Ferrari drivers do? Giannis does not improve, but can Curving? He does, though, up into position 14 on a 9-2. Let's try and find another driver. The Alfa Romeo, I believe that is of Logboy, coming up to the line. Can he improve on his time? No, he does, but unfortunately it's not enough to jump up any position. Zach Crichton cannot improve on his time. He stays position 2. What is Swaggy doing? His qualifying session done. And 40, so both McLarens have had a pretty poor end to their qualifying session there, but they are 1-4, so I'm sure they'll take that. Pure Gold, what can he do about it? He's heading through the final sector. Now, through the penultimate corner, up to the final corner, goes a Renault driver. Can he improve on his time? Opens DRS nice and wide now. Is he going to improve up to the line? And he does improve, but unfortunately it was not enough to move up any positions. And that looks like your qualifying session is done and dusted here for the third round of the Race Spec F1 Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 1 League Dutch Grand Prix. G4 Swaggy takes pole position for the McLaren F1 team, leading the Mercedes AMG Petronas driver of G-Force Crichton. That is Giannis in position 3, Pure Gold. Ford in position 4 for McLaren. So 1-4 for McLaren. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. Pure Gold P5, Wogboy P6, G-Force TP in position 7. That is James H in that Haas. So both Haas drivers doing a really good job as well in position 7 and 8. That is G-Force Crossy P9. And then rounding out in top 10 is AU Wingman. Eternal Schnoz in P11. Then it's the two AlphaTauri drivers of Isaac Cushion, CPL Macastu, GeForce Aaron, Curving Texas Searle, JB Spilly, Gaming Burger and Plebs rounds out your grid. Unfortunately for Plebs, I don't think he really got a lap in the end. So that's your grid for the Dutch Grand Prix. We'll be back with you shortly. Let me know some predictions, and yeah, I'll try and read them out on the stream when I get back. As you guys can see now on your screens, the drivers have set off for their formation lap here around the Zandvoort circuit. And if you haven't noticed as of yet, it is actually very wet conditions at the moment. And look at that, Swaggy is lagging everywhere. So that's a great start. Predicted pitch stop strategy looks like a one stop at the moment, roughly lap 18 to 21. So we'll have to try and remember that. But yeah, Swaggy and Crichton, they're trying to get as much heat into their tyres as possible. But yeah, obviously, as we said, it is wet conditions around here, so this will spice it up. We might see some potential safety cars here this afternoon. But yeah, let me know some more predictions in the chat. Banana reckons P1 curving Texas. Sure, mate. Down in position 15. We'll see how Texan goes. I like your confidence in him, though. They're coming towards the end of their formation lap now. Quick recap of the qualifying session that just happened. G-Force Spiky took our pole position ahead of the Mercedes driver of G-Force Crown in position 2. G-Force Giannis in position 3, then Ford in position 4, leading, the Renault Pure Gold in P5, Wogboy in P6. Sorry, just trying to fix the mic up. Wogboy in P6, P7, G-Force TP. James H 1999 in position 8. P9 is Crossy, and then rounding out your top 10 was Wingman. As you can see, they're all forming up now on the grid for the Dutch Grand Prix. Waiting for the light sequence to begin. On board here with our pole sitter of G4 Swaggies, the light sequence has now begun for the Dutch Grand Prix. 5 red lights ahead of the drivers, and we are underway. Great start there from Swaggy off pole. He's got really, really good traction, and looks like G-Force Crichton's going to try and contest him into turn 1. No, he's fallen off a little bit. He's got more worries of Ford and Giannis right behind him, and looks like he's held on to that. It says Plebs is currently leading the way, but that is incorrect. So Swaggy holds on to the lead. As you can see, they're all running wide there. They've overcooked the corner. And that looks like a Ferrari of Giannis trying to make up moves, but unfortunately he's lost a lot at the beginning of this race. He's down 3 spots already, so that's a poor start there for the Ferrari driver. Will we see anyone go off here? So the Williams of Makashu and Wingman are side by side through that corner. Great driving from the pair of those two there to not make any contact. Oh, but he sends it back down the inside as Makashu. They make wheel-to-wheel contact there, and they're still going to be side-by-side as they head through turn 10. Who's going to have the better grip and traction? It's right on board with Wingman as he's actually in a battle now. So he was originally with the battle of Makashu. Sorry, my bad. I don't know who I said. I think I said Wingman before, but it looks like Makashu will get that position in the end. But Isaac Cush and Curving Texas swapping positions here. This is the battle for P13. Already up a few spots is Curving Texas and Isaac Cush Town 1. G4 Swag, he sets the fastest lap as he is the leader. First time round here, 36 laps the drivers will have to battle it out for the Dutch Grand Prix. Aaron down the inside on Texas and gets the move done. Aaron had a pretty poor qualifying session there before, so he'll be looking to capitalise, get himself back up into the top 10. To score some points here for Red Bull this afternoon. Back to the front runners now, as you can see. Crichton trying to put the pressure on Swaggy. Both trying to find where the grip is on circuit. Is also trying to keep with him as well in position 3, but Giannis had a pretty poor start, down 2 spots from position 3. He's lost spot 2, Pure Gold and Ford. Everyone's still pretty close to each other at the moment. Hello Nova, welcome to the stream. We have a prediction here from ACW. Giannis He reckons we'll win the Grand Prix ahead of Ford and Crichton. Who knows, Whispers, to be honest. It kind of changes all the time. He's not an overtake at the moment, so I assume so. Lewis Tiger, G-Force Crichton to win the race ahead of Swaggy and Ford. Do I know if it's racing all race long? I am unsure of that, Strauss. I do not know. I just have to see how it pans out, but it looks like from the predicted strategy that it may be a full wet race. Or the whole race, I should say, will be wet. You see the front three are really converging on each other now. Crichton's starting to fall off the back of Swaggy just a little bit, or he didn't get the best of runs through the final sector. And there's a yellow flag. I believe that's actually Aaron, is it? Actually, no, it's not Aaron. It's another Red Bull, a Gaming Burger, sorry. So Gaming Burger's had a little incident there heading through the final corner, but we're going to go back to Aaron, actually, his teammate, who was battling there with Isaac Cush, and he's now up into the top 12. Goes Aaron. Gets himself ahead of the AlphaTauri now. It will be the other AlphaTauri he'll have to start battling with on CPL back Stu very shortly. And look at that, off into the gravel was the Williams driver of AU Wingman. I think he may have got a bit of a oversteer moment, tank slapper moment. And unfortunately, he was off into the grass. And he's lost a lot of time now. So these front three all still really close with each other. Pure Gold's also starting to catch up now in that Renault car. They're all still line astern as they head onto the 5th lap of the Grand Prix. More yellow flags. It looks like it's an AlphaTauri of CPL Mac at Stu. It looks like he's done the exact same thing as what happened to Berger, but there is also somebody coming into the pits. I believe that was AU Wingman, so could those two have potentially collided? As you can see, the Williams driver exiting the pit lane now with AU Wingman. His front four all really close to each other now. Yana's trying his best to catch up, but just doesn't seem to have the pace at the moment in the front four. Pure Gold just hanging on in there as well. Little battle here still between Wogboy and TP. Then Eternal Stodds leads a little train here. With James H, G-Force Crossing, G-Force Aaron and Isaac Cush. And Aaron's made a mistake there, as you can see. This has allowed Isaac Cush to go around the outside. Kenny hold on to it as he heads to the final corner. And he does now. Up into position 11. But Aaron's going to try and fight back here. They're side by side as they head into the first turn. Who's going to be deeper under brakes? It looks like it is Aaron. He's going to try and go around the outside. Use that banking to his advantage. And it looks like he's got the move done. He does. Up into P11. Holds on to that position. Does Aaron. But the rain does not seem to be getting any better at the moment. So Clev's also up 5 spots as well, up into position 14. So I apologise again. I'm not feeling the best right now, so I'm being pretty poor with my commentating. But anyway, we'll continue on. Swaggy trying to edge out that gap. Should bring up interval. That's probably the smart thing to do, to be honest. 0.8 of a second between himself and GeForce Crichton. Ford in position 3 as well for McLaren. It's very hard to make an overtake around the Zandvoort circuit, unfortunately, so nothing too much is happening at this stage. Eternal Schnoz still leads that train of James H and Crossy. Crossy's starting to fall off a little bit now. We could try and see potential moves set up here from from James H rather. Up in overtake just for a second there. Was James H just trying to get a little bit of boost out of that engine. He's holding on to position 9 at the moment. Is James H. Now Giannis, Wogboy and TP have kind of caught up to the rear of this train now. It's a seven-way fight at the moment by the looks of it for the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix. Coming into the pit lane, he goes Swaggy, so, and Crichton follows him in, and Ford. So both McLarens opting to double stack here. Everyone's into the pits. Oh, it's dries, that's why. Okay, so it looks like it's actually dried up. That's very interesting. So, there you go, that's your answer there, Strauss. I honestly did not even realise it, so, oh, look at this. This is not good for 40. He's dropped massive amounts of positions. He got held in the pits and had to double stack. So he's dropped all the way down behind Eternal Schnoz now, so unfortunately for 40 that's really hurt him, but Plev stays out at the moment as you can see on those inter tyres. GeForce Crichton's going to try and catch up, but he is also now into the lead of the Grand Prix. He's jumped ahead of Swaggy, so great pit stop there from the Mercedes team, but I think it's actually very borderline at the moment between dry tyres and intermediate, so I think if 40 stayed out that extra lap, he would have been better off than double stacking and also getting held up in the pit lane, so see Plebs is holding on alright at the moment, so it's very borderline at the moment between very borderline between the intermediates and the dries at the moment. But I think the dries may just have a slight advantage at the moment. So will we see Plevs come into the pit lane this lap, or is he going to stay out? He's going to come into the pit lane. So Plevs is actually going to jump up a fair bit here, I reckon, to be honest, because a lot of drivers would have got held up in the pits. So see, unfortunately for the McLaren team, they've now dropped down to position 2, and 40's had a very poor strategy call there from the other side of the McLaren team as well. Unfortunately, he's dropped out of the points now as 40, so he's going to work his way back up. So he definitely should have stayed out that extra lap. Would have been faster, but I don't think he would have been expecting it, to be honest. Those tyres to be so borderline. Yellow flag, sector 1. That is another AlphaTauri, CP Macca Stew. He's gone around again for the second time in this Grand Prix, so his race is not going to plan, and he does have front wing damage now, so unfortunately for Macca, his race is not looking too good for him. We're only on lap 10 of, or actually only lap 9, about to start lap 10 of 36 in this Grand Prix. Is Crichton goes fast as a 19.224, but those times are just going to be lowering every lap. So now Zach Kush has got ahead of Wongboy up into position 8. Goes the AlphaTauri driver. Let's see if he's able to keep with Giannis in position 7. As Mackie Stewart is now retired from the session in the pit lane, so he is now our first retirement from the Grand Prix. His race has not gone to plan for himself or the AlphaTauri team. No safety car will be out, I believe. I have to watch penalties as well, because obviously there are a lot of corners around this track where you can abuse track limits a fair bit. Is Crichton still improving on his time? He's trying to pull that gap now over Swaggy. Fastest lap now for Plebs is 16.80. He's gone into the soft compound tyre as Plebs. So he's currently in position 13. I'll swap this over to pit stop so you guys can see who has made a pit stop and what tyre. Well, everyone's made a pit stop, I should say, but more what tyre everyone's on. So the top 7 all opting for the medium tyre, except for Pure Gold, who's gone into the hard. So I believe he will definitely be going to the end. But all the other drivers, including Plebs, are putting a lot of faith in their tyres to go to the end. So they could potentially be looking to do a 2-stop strategy here this afternoon. So the likes of Zach, Crichton, Swaggy, TP, Crossy, Aaron, Isaac, Kush, Berger and Wingman, I believe, will be doing a 2-stop here this afternoon. Putting on maybe another set of mediums or a set of softs potentially. We have to see how long Plevs last in position 13, so that'll be some good data for the Mercedes team as Crichton improves on his time now at 15.1, so those times are dropping by the minute. So you have another yellow flag. It's a Williams of Spilly who's gone around. A lot of drivers seem to be going around in that final corner, so I honestly don't know how they're going around, to be honest. Unfortunately, we haven't caught anything on stream yet, so could have been potential contact. As Eternal Stoz is losing a few positions. He's lost the spot to Plevs now. As the Mercedes driver goes up into position 12, gets squeezed against the curb there. Does Eternal Stoz, but he wasn't really alongside Plevs. And Plevs now up at a P12. He is obviously on that soft compound tyre, so he should get through these hard tyre runners pretty easily. Little recap here of the order for you guys. GeForce Crichton leads the way at the moment. He's got a 1.8 second gap over GeForce Swaggy in position 2. Then it's TP in position 3. Crossy P4, Aaron P5, Pure Gold in position 6. On the hard, he's the first of the hard time runners. Then it's Isaac Cushion P7, Wongboy in P8, P9 Giannis, and then Radiating top 10 at the moment is GeForce Ford. He's trying to make a move here potentially on Giannis. We'll ride a ball with him down the inside. He now goes. Oh, he's trying to hold it there though, is Giannis. He's not giving this position up. This is the battle for position 9 at the moment. Looked like Giannis was going to give it up, but he's going to hold it around the outside. Contact there between Ford and Giannis. Wheel-to-wheel contact, rather. And look at that run that Ford's now got. Let's go to the best seat in the house of James H. 1999. Will 40 try and set it down the inside at turn 10. Didn't really get the traction. He's trying to size up and move here on the Ferrari driver in front of him. Is Crichton still improving on his time? Swaggy actually went faster there, 13.394. So he's actually starting to close that gap now with Swaggy. So That gap's down to 1.2 and it was 1.8 a few laps ago. 13.2 now for Isaac Kush. And looks like 40 making a move now. And Giannis still fighting it. Going to try and do the under and over potentially on Ford, but didn't really work for him, so he's going to let him go now. Is Giannis up into position 9, goes forward. Our championship leader not doing a really good job at the moment. Needs to try and pick up the pace. We'll try and move up a few more positions. Mediums won't go to the end. Yeah, I definitely don't think they will go to the end. We'll see how it goes. I'll be hoping for a potential safety car. Renault there of Eternal Schnoz, I believe. Yeah, it was. So I think he may have had a bit of a half spin there. Did the Renault driver. So he's lost a little bit of time now to the cars in front of him. This Crichton now has used all his ERS. Has he got his overtake button stuck on? No, he doesn't. He's put it off. So he's just chewed a lot of ERS at the moment. TP now goes fast on a 12.6 for Haas. So he's also trying to catch up to Swaggy. And Swaggy's also trying to catch up to Crichton. So let's see what this goes. Oh, how this goes. I think a safety car right now would be really good because it would bunch everyone up. So I don't think we've seen a safety car actually this season, to be honest. Well, a proper full course safety car. So it would be nice to have one. Bunch everyone back up. Aaron's done a really good job as well. He's up a lot of spots here at this Grand Prix. He's currently up 9 spots, so the Red Bull team have given him a really, really good pit stop when they went from the intermediate tyres to the mediums, so or the dry compound tyres. So Crichton still trying to edge that gap out to Swaggy, but he's maintaining that gap at the moment as the McLaren behind. So 1.2 roughly it's been for quite some time now. 20 laps remain in this Grand Prix. A really long race, to be honest. This is a very long race. There's now GeForce Crossy's left the session. So hopefully he's able to join back. I'm just going to quickly pause the stream so I can try and invite him back. I do apologise. Just so we can have him back in the session. As we'll go back to our main screen now. Sorry about that, I just wanted to try and get him back into the session. But Crichton, 1.3 seconds. It's nearly 5 seconds now between TP and Swaggy, so TP's starting to fall off the rear now. Aaron, 5 seconds as well between himself. And look at this, Crossy in pure gold. Actually, no, that's his ghost car, never mind. As Isaac Kush now up into position 6. So hopefully Crossy can join the session back and get back into that car and not lose too many more positions. But Wogboy's catching up to him now. And so is 40 and Giannis. So there you go, GeForce Crossy's joined the session back. It's yellow flag. It's a Red Bull, a Gaming Burger, who's around on the exit of turn 10. Please bring out a safety car so we can bunch everyone up. It doesn't look like it. He's got him So I've gone again, a 1 minute 11.876 for Wogboy. And Aaron now 3-second time penalty. I believe that's one of the first time penalties we've actually seen here this afternoon. So another yellow flag in sector 1. That's Plevs, who's gone around. Has he lost front wing? Oh, he's reversed onto the track a little bit dangerously there. As Plevs, but let's have a look at his front wing. All looks intact just for the moment. But he's unfortunately lost a lot of time now. Did a really good job to get himself back up to where he did on that soft compound tyres. But fortunately, little error there from himself. Unless he was making a move and made contact with someone that we didn't catch on stream. Be nice if the interval thing worked so we could see the gaps between everyone. But you know. As Aaron's starting to form a little bit of train here. Between himself, Pure God, Isaac Kush, Wogboy. GeForce Crossy has now returned to his car and will try to push on. More yellow flags. It looks like it's another Red Bull. Is that Aaron? No, he's still going, so it's still Gaming Burger. Struggling with that car at the moment. Just struggling to keep it on the tarmac. This is the main battle on racetrack at the moment between Aaron Pure Gold, Isaac Kush, and Wogboy. And then a little bit further behind, have this battle here between Crossy 40, Giannis, and James H. Eternal Schnell's running a pretty lonely race at the moment in position 12, and it's Curving and Spilly in the same boat. So LJB's now starting to battle with Plevs a bit. That Plevs made that little error. As Ford's now jumped up ahead of Giannis. And look at that. That's Crossy gone round. So what's happened to Crossy? He spun round at turn 11. 13 rather. No, I'm sorry. Turn 12. Turn 12, sorry. He spun around at the exit of turn 12. But yeah, not too sure. There's a Red Bull around. Again, is that Gaming Burger? It is Gaming Burger. So Gaming Burger really struggling at the moment to keep that car facing the right way. Helmut Marko will be absolutely fuming at the moment. Can anyone size up a move here on GeForce Aaron? Obviously, as I've said a fair few times, it's really, really hard to overtake around the circuit, to be honest. No real passing opportunities, and it's very hard to get a run on a car in front of you, so you can see Gavenberg into the pit lane now, and he is now our second DNF from the session. Currently on lap 21 of 36. 15 laps remain in the Dutch Grand Prix. Let me know some more predictions in the live chat. Not much seems to be really happening at the moment. 1.3 seconds, still that gap between Crichton and Swaggy. TP in position 3 at the moment. Just maintaining that about 5-6 second gap each way. And then Aaron still leads this battle between Pure Gold, Isaac Kush, Wogboy, and himself. And then it's Ford, Giannis, and James H who rounds out your top 10. And Isaac Kush picks up a 3-second penalty. I'll check in 1 second. Let's look at that now. Wogboy and Isaac Kush side by side heading through the first turn. And Wogboy up into position 6 now for Alfa Romeo. Nice move there from himself. Let's see if he's able to do the same thing to Pure Gold and get himself up ahead of Aaron potentially as well. That will be a really good result there for Wogboy if he can do that. Spilly now ahead of Curving Texas as well, up into position 13. Yeah, driver of the day looking very good at the moment for Aaron. He's currently up 10 spots in this race. Driver of the day as well. I'll quickly check for you guys as well what the last driver of the days look like. So the Australian Grand Prix was given to Plevs. Then Spilly was the Bahrain Grand Prix, and as I just said, Aaron looking really good at the moment for driver of the day, as he has moved up the most spots in this Grand Prix. He's now up into the top 10, so let's go back up to this battle here. Wogboy trying to size up and move on Harris or Pure Gold. Pure Gold also trying to do the same thing to that Red Bull in front of him. I think the best way at the moment to really really get past someone, I think it's trying to put as much pressure and get right on the rear, on their rear wing for as long as you can, and just force them into an error, because yeah, it's not looking too promising at the moment to get a move actually done. Well, it's very, very difficult to, unless well, especially in packs. Will we see a dive bomb here from Wogboy? Especially with a lot of these corners being banked as well, like turn 1. You can run super deep into turn 1, which obviously eliminates dive bombing. This corner here, not really an overtaking opportunity. And all through this section here, it's pretty one way at the moment, unless you get someone getting a bit of a tank slap. Right about here, you could probably try and set it down the inside at this corner of turn 10. And then try and defend it with this little short DRS straight here as they run up to turn 11. But the sun's coming out now. We will see some strategy being played potentially, especially with the medium tyre runners, because they definitely will not get to the end at this stage. Look at that, into the pits goes Aaron. He goes onto the soft compound tyre, so let's see what Aaron can do. He can have a fair bit of work to do. Not only to hold on to those points, but also get himself back up to where he roughly was. Definitely should have gone onto the harder compounded tyre, but I think a lot of them were hoping for a potential safety car in this race, but I don't think the safety car's ever come out yet in the PS4 Pacific Series Tier 1 Championship, so stage the pits comes Swaggy. You have a look what Crichton was also on the mediums, so I think Swaggy and Aaron will potentially be looking to undercut Crichton potentially, but this could be really good actually for Pure Gold, because he is the first hard tyre runner, so let's see what he can do. He won't be pushing super hard right now. Wogboy is in the same boat, so these two are pretty much racing for the lead of the Grand Prix at the moment. Once Zach Crichton pits. And while we're here, I'm going to quickly check time penalties while nothing's really happening. GeForce Crichton's currently on 2 warnings at the moment, so no time penalty for him. Pure Gold's in the same boat by the looks of it. I didn't go all the way down, so I'm just going to double check. Wogboy on 1 warning. GeForce Swaggy on 1 warning. Ford on 2 warnings. Giannis is on 1 penalty, so that's going to hurt him. And look, a move now for Wogboy on Pure Gold. We've just got back to that. Or I just saw it in the background, rather. And Pure Gold actually holds on to it there. So GeForce Crichton into the pit lane, and he holds on to that lead ahead of Swaggy. But that gap now is down to less than a second. So let's see what they can do. 1.4 seconds now between Crichton and Wogboy. But he's going to have softer and fresher tyres to utilise. But as I've said multiple times, it is very, very difficult to actually get an overtake done. So let's see what happens here for Crichton and Swaggy. But look, as you can see, he's right on the rear of him already. Is Zach or Crichton. It's one thing to get behind someone, but then it's another thing to get the move done. So let's see what he can do. He's going to try and size up a move here, heading through the penultimate corner. Wogboy's made a little mistake, so this could be an invitation here for Zach Crichton. He does have DRS here as Wogboy. He'll be fighting for this lead because he'll want this win as well. So these 2 hard runners in front of him are not going to give up this position easy, but they're going to have to defend for their life. They're going to be on really old tyres and harder tyres as well. So see Zach trying to go around the outside, trying to find any little advantage he can. Wogboy really defending hard. This is allowing Pure Gold to have a little bit of breathing room available to him. Oh, Crichton trying to send it down the inside. Wasn't really there. Very lucky to not make contact there with Wogboy as well, but that just shows how hard it is actually to overtake. But is he going to try and send it down the inside? Goes Crichton. Very textbook move there. We were expecting it, but he didn't stuff around there. And now he's got himself up in a P2, but he also needs to make sure that Swaggy, who's actually put on a set of mediums, so I don't know. I don't think Swaggy actually has any had any soft tyres available to him. So it's unfortunate for Swaggy. That's not going to be really ideal. But I reckon his goal is still to come position 2 in this race. He's got to run here on Wogboy. Does Swaggy. Down the inside. He now goes heading into the first turn here in Zandvoort, and he gets the move done. Up into the top 3 goes Swaggy. None of these guys have penalties either, so let's see how this goes. Pure Gold will not want to give up this position. There's 7 laps remaining, in this race. Eternal Schnoz and Isaac Kush have just swapped positions. Up into position 10 goes Isaac Kush. I think all the AlphaTauri team have not scored any points this season either, so I believe, or is that incorrect? It may be incorrect actually. No, they have not scored any points this season, so they'll be looking to score their first point here at Zandvoort. But Zach Crichton now, GeForce Crichton putting a lot of pressure on Pure Gold. This is obviously for the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix. The first ever Dutch Grand Prix here at Race Spec as well, so, or in the Pacific Series. Pure Gold's going to be a bit of a sitting duck here. Can't do much. Will he try and fight it? He's going to try and hang it around the outside, but he just knows that Zach's going to have, or Crichton's just going to have that better grip and traction available to him. And GeForce Crichton now up into the lead of the Grand Prix. So let's see what Swaggy can do. Can he catch up to the rear of Pure Gold? Get ahead of him and potentially try and hunt down Crichton. I think it's going to be very unlikely, obviously, with those tyre choices that he currently has, or those tyres that he has available to him, Swaggy. So they have now started the 30th lap of the Grand Prix, about to start the 31st, so there'll be 5 laps remaining when they cross the line. Quick recap of the order. It is GeForce Crichton who leads away in that Mercedes car ahead of Pure Gold. Swaggy Wogboy in position 4, then it is the other McLaren of 40 in position 5, who does have a 3-second time penalty he has to owe at the end of the Grand Prix. Giannis in position 6, James H in position 7, leading his teammate GeForce TP. In position 8, P9 is GeForce Aaron. Ready at top 10 is Zach Kush, and Swaggy has now made a move on pure gold. He must have centered down the inside because they both ran really wide at turn 1. And Swaggy now up into the top 2. We'll go back to this order here. So Isaac Kush rounds out top 10, and total stars at P11, leading Spilly, GeForce Crossing, Curving Texas, who now rounds through the final corner. AU Wingman Plevs and Sir LJB. Look at that massive tank slapper there from Plevs. We could see a potential move here from Sir LJB. Might try and size one up here on Plevs. He's going to have the run and DRS available to him. Now up into position 16 relatively easily there for Sir LJB. Plevs doesn't put up too much of a fight. And he's now been pushed back down to position 17. You can see Zach draining that ERS, trying to make sure that Swaggy does not get DRS given to him. Pure Gold holding on to position 3 at the moment. This battle for P3 still not over though between Pure Gold and Wogboy, so let's see how this goes. The main battle on racetrack at the moment. Then there's also GeForce Ford and Giannis battling it out for P5, but I think Giannis, if I'm correct, will be able to hold on to position 5. I believe it is 40 that has that penalty. I'm just going to confirm that. It's not 40, it must be Giannis the other way around. It is Giannis, sorry, I apologise for that. Giannis does have that 3-second penalty, so if I was 40 here, I probably wouldn't put up too much of a fight if Giannis does end up making a move. Not too much point in it, in my opinion, because you're just going to be costing both of them time. And at the end of the day, though, I don't think 40 can really gain or lose anything now, so, or really gain anything at the moment. So 1.4 seconds now between Crichton and Swagger. Don't really expect that to close down, obviously, due to the different tyre compounds, as Plebs picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's down in position 17 at the moment, 1.2 seconds behind Sir LJB. As GeForce Crichton now rounds out the final corner and is now starting the 34th lap of the Dutch Grand Prix. Also have a look quickly to see who has a fast lap. I do believe it's actually Swaggy, but I will confirm that for you. No, it's GeForce Crossy down in position 13, so unfortunately he's not going to be able to get a point or that extra point here unless he does get himself up into the top 10, so try and find some other battles on track here. You see TP's actually starting to catch up to the rear now of Giannis and Ford, so let's see what happens here. Both Haas are doing a really good job at the moment, both in the top 10 as well, so they will both be scoring points here this afternoon. Be a real boost for their constructor standings. They're currently in position 8 at the moment. It's the Haas F1 team. Oh, a little bit of overstep from James H. Just kept it on the track. You can see them head through this fast section now as they now start sector 2 of the racetrack. Very long sector 1. And sector 2 and sector 3 are relatively short. Oh, down the inside goes Giannis. Sorry, I think TP actually was trying to go around the outside, but Giannis pushed him out. Got to expect that if you're going to go around the outside, but Crichton now starts the final lap of the Dutch Grand Prix. It's been a very, very long race here, but he's got 1.5 seconds clear. Well, he is 1.5 seconds clear of G4 Swaggy at the moment. Crichton will be looking to take his first win of the season. Obviously, Crichton is last year's PS4 Pacific Series Tier 1 champion. So, or last season. So he's not taken a win yet. 2 wins have gone to Giannis and Ford for taking the Australian Grand Prix, and Giannis taking home the Bahrain Grand Prix. But obviously, if you are unaware, GeForce Crichton's actually been on the podium both races, so he is the only driver that has been on the podium for both races, so he'll be making it 3 from 3 podiums here this afternoon as he now heads through the final sector for one final time under the Rolex board. Into the penultimate corner goes GeForce Crichton. Up to the final corner he now goes. And GeForce Crichton's going to win the 3rd round here of the Race Spec F1 Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 1 Dutch Grand Prix. Congratulations to himself and the Mercedes AMG Petronas team. Pure Gold will come home position 3. Swaggy will come home P2. Wongboy P4. P5 Ford in the end. P6 Giannis ahead of TP. James H 1999 will come home position 8. Great result there for the Haas F1 team. Position 7 and 8. Sorry, GeForce Aaron in position 9. And then rounding out your top 10 will be Isaac Kush, who will take home 1 point in the end. The total stars at P11, Spilly P12, GeForce Crossy, Curving Texas, AU Wingman. So Curving Texas now crosses the line, P14, AU Wingman as he now heads through the final corner. And he comes home P15, so JB P16. And then last driver that will complete the race will be Plevs. Unfortunately, 2 retirements this afternoon on the AlphaTauri and Macastu. And then Gaming Burger in position 18. So, see who gets driver of the day here as well. As you can see, it will go to someone. GeForce Aaron. That's not a surprise. I definitely believe he deserved that after a pretty poor qualifying performance. And he's got himself back up to where he did. So, congratulations to him. Waiting for the podium celebrations to start now. If the game would like to work, that would be great. Nope, doesn't look like we're getting it. So, we'll be back with you shortly in a moment if it's not going to start. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's why. I apologise for that. My game has crashed. So, what's new? F1's crashed again. So, we'll be back in a moment shortly with some post-race interviews. Stand by. And let me know some questions in the chat as well if you guys want me to ask some questions to the top 3 of GeForce Crichton, GeForce Swaggy, and then also Pure Gold. We'll be back in a minute. So here we have our top 3 from the Race Spec F1 Esports PS4 Pacific Series Tier 1 Dutch Grand Prix. We have GeForce Crichton Swaggy and Pure Gold. We'll start off with you, GeForce Crichton. Obviously, congratulations to you taking your first win of the season. Also, your third podium of the season, so you've been on the podium every race this season as well. So talk us through your race, obviously starting in the intermediate conditions and then transitioning to the dries.
That was quite a crazy race. So started with a dry setup for the rain, and that was quite sketchy. I have to say that last corner is very scary in the rain, but managed to not crash, so that was good. Then we boxed for mediums. I was planning on doing medium, but the mediums stayed alive for a fair while, so I took them, and then just transferred to the softs and had to pass Wogboy and Harrison, but managed to get it done. And amazing what happens when the bloody overtake button doesn't get stuck on, so that was nice too. So that was my race basically.
Congratulations to you there, mate. We'll move on to Swaggy now. Obviously had a really good qualifying session, qualified on pole for the Dutch Grand Prix, but unfortunately just wasn't able to convert that over to the win here this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to get my first win, but I'm happy to come away with second. Just couldn't get quite a hold of Zach's DRS in the last couple of dry stints.
Yeah, and then obviously as well, when you came in to do your second stop as well, I also noticed that you put on the medium set of tyres. So did you not have any soft compound tyres available to you, or was that a mistake on your end?
I used soft, so I kind of thought that they'd die off towards then. I was kind of hoping to reel Zach in the last kind of 3 laps.
Yeah. Obviously getting through that traffic as well wasn't really ideal for yourself of Pure Gold and Wogboy. So that unfortunately ended up in P2 for you there this afternoon, but I think someone that is really happy to be here in position 3 is Pure Gold. So congratulations to you, mate. Your first podium of the season, taking home P3 for the Renault F1 team. Talk us through your race and how that ended up for you.
Yeah, cheers, mate. On the dry setup as well, I was pretty happy with my setup, so I thought I'd back it in, and I thought I had alright race pace. Like obviously Swaggy and Zach are just on another level, but I was able to keep Wogboy behind, and then I was able to just stay in Aaron's DRS range when he was passing me on the mediums. So just pretty happy to be up here. Did go for the hards because I didn't think I would have enough pace on the mediums. It did work out for me in the end.
Yeah, well, congratulations to you 3 there on your podiums. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream as well. My name is Lachlan, and I'll be back next week for the Vietnam. No, it's not Vietnam. Never mind. Spanish Grand Prix.
Mate.
There you go. Thank you guys for watching.
GeForce
and I'll
top
see you
6,
again,
boy. Let's go.
Mate.
Turn me up.
And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.